you know what time of the morning it was, you know where the sun was coming in. We have a vivid memory of that. Why?
Because of our emotional
Emotional
response.
connection,
There you go, it was traumatic.
It wasn't
Okay.
positive, but it was emotional.
Yeah, it was definitely emotional. That right there is an example of locale memory. You all remember what you ate for breakfast, right? Or what you
Today.
didn't eat for
Today,
breakfast. Today, okay. But did you have to work on that? Okay.
But if you
What?
asked on
Think about
September
your.
11th, I would.
Think about a celebration that you recently had, a birthday or anniversary. You remember what happened there? Did you have to work on that? It's just there, right? You remember, right? At least.
She's still thinking.
No, you should. But anyway, and the reason why is two things. You got an emotion, and you have a locale, a place, an event. Those two things right there are locale memory. And then you have taxon memory. Taxon memory is, it's a list of things you have in your pocket, or what you carry in your wallet, or, you know, periodic table, or the math tables, or the multiplication tables, or just things that, pieces of information that you remember.
Trivia.
If,
Phone number, your license number.
Yeah, license number, telephone number, you know, kids' birthdays, things like that. That's taxon memory. And in the past, taxon memory, well, has always been the testing side of things. You know, how do you do this? What is the name of George Washington? You know, things like that.
George Washington.
Now it's shifting a little bit. It's still not there yet, but for example, when you go to a new place, a new location, let's say you go to a conference to a city you've never been before, and okay, you've got your conference sessions done, and you're going to be adventurous. You want to go outside, explore the city a little bit, and have lunch. What do you need? You're just going to walk outside and.
Your GPS on your iPhone.
Okay, you could use your GPS.
The
What will the
concierge.
GPS do? You say, okay, let's see, Benihana's or
Restaurants,
yeah, restaurants. What is the GPS going to do? It's going to show you a
Directions.
route.
Or route.
It's going to show you a route on how to get there. Let's say that conference is all week, and you want to go back to that same restaurant, or you know of a restaurant close by. You going to need that GPS still? Why not?
You've been there, you're more familiar with the area.
With what's the word? The locale, right? You're familiar with the locale, and you have a general idea of how it's set up. Okay, but the first day, if you didn't have that GPS, would you be able to get back to the conference?
Nope.
First time I was in San Antonio, I walked around the Alamo for probably half an hour because I didn't know where I parked my car. I got lost. Okay, I wouldn't do that now because I have a general idea. My wife would disagree, but you know, I have a general idea of how it's set up. Okay, so you got these taxi drivers, and you got the bus drivers. So which ones have the biggest brain?
Taxi.
Taxi driver, okay. And I think the reason is obvious. They had to use their brain more because when there's a road closure or they have different people telling them, well, I want to get from here to there, they have to figure out the best route to get there. And the bus drivers, they didn't have to do so much. They memorized the route and they just followed the route. Yeah, okay. So we've got these two types of brain learning. And they both have a reason. We need lists of things. We have this huge memory device between our ears and we need to use it.
Where is visual memory? Is it in your taxon memory?
The process is different. Taxon memory requires repetition. Locale memory, instant.
So that would be visual then?
So it depends. It depends. I mean, you can look. I mean, if all taxon memory was instant, I could look at that and I'd be done. I'd have it. But if I want to learn what's in here, I have to use the taxon. Unless a creative teacher finds a way to make this come alive. And then it becomes locale. You know, that's when you have the history teacher showing up in full battle dress of the Civil War. That's when you have the science teacher coming dressed as Dumbledore. Or, you know, the Mickey Mouse wizard. They're creating memories. They're creating locale memory opportunities. Okay, which memory system does higher order thinking use? Locale or taxon?
Both.
Locale more than taxon.
Okay, so assuming that they've used taxon to get the regular skills and knowledge they need, then that is driven home through the higher order thinking and locale memory systems. Okay, so with that in mind, we have half an hour here.
It makes me wonder if I'm gonna remember the cosine of theta is x divided by a.
You might.
I'm wondering if I'll be
Yeah.
able to remember the math that went behind the activity that we actually
There
did.
you go. I'm gonna remember it because I had to look it up and say, oh, what is that? Yeah? Okay, y'all know the 5E model, and that's for inquiry. Okay, and we are going to skip ahead to this. Okay, I've asked a couple of teachers, a couple of you to download this software,
Did you download it on
and
your phone?
I'm gonna get out of this.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
I think she's got it on her.
Warm.
She loaded it and then.
Become another.
Okay.
I don't even know what I can tell you, you come more like her every day.